there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yomi Bayode. If you're new here and you're watching me for the first time, I create content that relates with faith, health, and lifestyle. As you can see from the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about my internship story, or let me say my internship experience in Nigeria. I'm a foreign trained graduate. I studied in the Philippines and I came back to Nigeria a few years ago to practice as a pharmacist. Once you graduate in Nigeria and you are ready to dive into the labor market, the first thing that you would experience, or the first thing that you are expected to do, either as a pharmacist that trained in Nigeria, or if you train abroad, is to do the 1 year compulsory internship. You guys, internship in Nigeria is no joke. Like, I know people who after graduation they have to wait for a few months. Some even wait up to a year, 2 years before they get internship placement in Nigeria. Internship in Nigeria is hard. I'm not exaggerating. You can ask any medical person you know, except you're very, very intelligent, or there are even people who are very intelligent and they still have to stay home for a few months. Or except you have some connection one way or the other. And you guys, even internship in Nigeria, for some people they have to sacrifice their first month or first 2 months or 3 months salary. I've heard crazy stories about internship placement in Nigeria. But today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I was able to do my internship miraculously in Nigeria. So it's a story time. And if you are probably watching me and you're looking for an internship placement, I hope this video encourages you. I hope it motivates you not to give up, and I also hope it encourages you to keep applying and not to give in to what anybody has to say, and not to give in to you don't have to give in your first month, second month, or third month salary to anybody because you are looking for internship. You don't even have to do that. So let's get right into the main gist. So I'm just going to give you a little detail about my pharmacy background so you can have an idea where I'm coming from. So I finished 2017 from the Philippines. I finished from Emily Aguinaldo College. And I came back home that same year. I wrote my exam in August, and after writing my exam, I passed thankfully to the glory of God. If you're a foreign trained pharmacist, I made a video a few weeks back talking about how you can practice as a foreign trained graduate in Nigeria. You can tap on this link to find the video. I think I waited approximately 4 to 5 months before I could get an internship placement. I wrote exams, I did quiz, I was applying everywhere. They said there was an internship placement. I would apply, I would send my documents, I scanned my documents to my friend so they can help me print and submit. I did a lot of things, and then so you guys, I eventually got tired of staying at home, and I told my mom I was moving for you because I stayed that time. So that time I was living in Accra, and I told my mom I wasn't going to stay at home again. Although I wasn't necessarily staying at home, I had a pharmacy I was always going to. Shout out to Bayode Pharmacy in Accra. If you ever get to see this video, I was going there, but I wasn't getting paid. I was just going. I was tired of working without pay and all of those things because I didn't have any experience, so I was just going. So I told my mom I was going to move to Lagos to go get a proper pharmacy where I could work, even if it's like a local pharmacy. So I was there, and I'm so thankful to God. Up till date I made that decision. I was there, and I didn't want to work in a community setting for my internship. I wanted an hospital. So I was there in the community, and then I was working. I think I worked for about 2 months. I think it was the second month that I remember I sent my documents to my friend in Abuja, and she had already helped me apply. So she called me and told me that my internship was approved. I'm like, what? So I had to leave Lagos. I went back to Accra, and then from Accra I traveled to Abuja to go and affirm what she was saying, that okay, yeah, it was true. I got a placement. So I started the internship. I resumed, and I apparently were the first set of interns to be taken in that hospital. We were just 2, and it was a federal hospital, but they never just took interns. I was trying to be as brief as possible. So I realized that we were just 2, and then so I just felt in my head like I should ask, I should talk to my chief pharmacist and ask ask and the previous set and blah blah blah. So she told me that no, we're the first set, and then something in my head just, because I knew that there were some accredited centers that you had to take internship. So I checked the accredited list of places in Abuja, and I realized that the hospital had already resumed my internship program wasn't one of the schools that was accredited. I became nervous. I was a bit scared. I didn't know, because you get an internship placement like already a miracle. So imagine that you have to resume in a place that wasn't accredited. Like, where do I even start? How do I even inform my parents that I resumed in a place that wasn't even accredited? So I thought to myself, I had just two options. Either I continue or I quit. Either I continue trying to register the place or I quit. I spoke to my other colleague, she said she already had another option to resume somewhere else. But me, I knew that I didn't have any other option anywhere else to resume anything. So I told I went to my room. I can't forget that day. I was still staying in my friend's place at that time. I got to my cried to God, I prayed to God, I thought you had answered my prayer after my internship placement. Now I resumed, and I got to know that the place wasn't even accredited in the first place, although they were even willing to pay us the normal amount they paid interns. I won't forget this moment or that season of my life. I remember I read Open Heavens and Pastor Adeboye talked about how God moves mountains, and how there are different kinds of mountains. So I keyed into that Open Heavens that I won't forget. And I prayed from the bottom of my heart. I prayed that, God, what do I do? Because I was just confused. I didn't know if I should quit or go back home. Will I have to go back to Lagos? Like, what exactly will I do? And I just prayed that God would give me wisdom to know how I would go about it. So I slept. I remember that day I prayed and then I slept. And then I woke up and then I said to myself that I wasn't going to go back to Akure without finishing my internship, basically. So I said myself I was going to speak to the chief pharmacist. Yeah, I would opinion what she has to say about it. So I spoke to her, and she told me that she told me her opinion that yes, she told me the truth that we're actually the first, and she doesn't know if PCN would need to accredit the center because it was more of like a mini federal hospital for just their staff. So I took it upon myself, you guys. I went online, I read books, I read a manual, to see how to create an internship center, what can you do, what has to be in place, blah, 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 all the sections you wrote in the book. I tried to make sure that they were in place. Now, there are two things. The first thing is that if PCN I had two major concerns that time. If PCN was going to accredit the place, that means that we have to start from the time they already accredited it. And accreditation takes process. That means that maybe my first 2, 3, 4 months will have been a waste, or they wouldn't even approve it at all, and I'll start from scratch. And I asked myself, like, Yomi, are you ready to risk this? Are you willing to wait and do this? But then in my mind, I knew that I served God, and I knew that God would make a way for me, no matter how difficult it seems it is, even if it's to break protocols for my sake. Because I remember when I was home before I left for a career, I was reading my Bible. I was praying one day, and God said He was going to make a way for me in the wilderness. That was in Isaiah 43:19. So I held on to that word, like, God, you said you were going to make a way for me. You already made this way. Like, the way has already been made. Just complete the way you started making it already. Like, I was praying, I was looking up to God. Like, I really wanted that miracle to come true. Because accrediting a center in Nigeria is not a joke. So, and I'm so thankful to the chief pharmacist, Patricia. If you ever have opportunity to watch this video, I would like to say thank you so much for your cooperation. She was willing to cooperate with me. She was willing to make the center an accredited place. Everything we needed to put in place, to make sure that it was in place. The store where we kept drugs, the dispensing unit, every unit, the vaccination unit, everything. So we made sure everything was in place, and they scheduled the date for inspection because they had to inspect the hospital to make sure that it was fit, it was up to standard. So PCN came to inspect the place, and we had to wait for a few weeks or a few months, I don't exactly remember, that was over 2 years ago, for us to get a reply from them. So I remember this fateful day, when I think it was the chief pharmacist that broke the news to me, and she was like, Yomi. I think I was on duty, and she called me, like, Yomi, I have good news for you, this one, that one. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, she broke the news to me that our internship and the hospital is already an accredited center. Oh my gosh, you guys. She told me that it was an affiliate center, and not just that. She also mentioned to me that we don't have to start from the beginning. I think we're already 4 months gone as at that time. She told me that we only had 6 months to go because internship was for a year. My internship program is for a year. So she told me that we don't have to start from the beginning. So the 4 months still count, meaning that I didn't have to spend extra money to cover up for the previous month I already spent before December became accredited. And not just that, you guys, they gave me accommodation. Accommodation that they never give. But the first intern, that the accommodation was just for their staff and for their like the remaining people. But it was like I was the first intern to ever get an accommodation. I was just, because that time I didn't really have a place I was staying. I was staying with a friend, and I had to leave because it was like I don't know how to explain it. It was like a miracle from the heavens. Like it was just like it came at the perfect, and I was so thankful to God for that. I didn't have to leave to stay at home, and this just made me really happy because I took the risk. I took the step of faith, and I just literally I encouraged myself in the Lord, because there was literally nobody that would the other intern was willing to go. The chief pharmacist had nothing to lose. I mean, she still had a job. I was the one that had something to lose because time was going, and I didn't want to start applying to other places and I knew that it was still going to take time. So I'm really thankful for that. And I also need to mention that up to date, this particular hospital is still currently taking interns. But it just really made me happy because I can't imagine if I probably left that time. Maybe people that have now come after me, they might not have had the opportunity to currently take internship in that place. So I'm really thankful to God. I took that bold step. God used me. I was able to help in accrediting that center, and I'm thankful that God also used me to be a blessing to my fellow pharmacists who are currently also now taking their internship program. So if you are a pharmacist, you're a doctor, you're a scientist, you're a radiographer, and you're currently looking for a place of internship, you're looking for a placement, please do not give up. Keep applying. And one thing I also like to advise is that you don't necessarily have to look at the pay. The pay, I know that interns earn over 100,000 naira in the hospital, like maybe 120, 130, depends if it's a federal hospital, if it's a state hospital, the pay varies. I could make a video on that also. Let me know in the comment section if you want to make a video on how much pharmacists earn in Nigeria. So I just want to encourage you that please do not give up, keep applying, do not sacrifice your first 2-3 months salary. You don't have to do that. Also, whatever you find to do your internship, please take the opportunity, just do it. You can always get money. Money is like how do I explain it? Money is like a wing, it's like a bird. Like it can fly to you anytime, it can fly away from you. So you don't have to make money the only criteria for internship. In as much as we all want to earn money, in as much as we all want to have money, there is time for everything. If you know that time is no longer on your side, please, any way you find, just take advantage of it. Do your internship. It's just for a year. It's not the end of life. Do it and move on. You can always get money, but you can never get the time that you have wasted. So I really hope this video has encouraged you. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to share this video with someone who might find it helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.